this function seems it's a bit larger, so it'll take a while. Let's see. Let's try to go to the innermost thing, the most indented thing. It looks like this is the winner, but line 44, well, I guess line 44 is the most indented thing. So yeah, we could start there. All right, so we're getting the page height, and then we're subtracting the Y of the item and the height of the item. Uh, yeah, that's all of this stuff is related. It's not really. I guess I could do get the height of the item. Get the Y of the item. I don't know what this refers to. It's either the top or the bottom of the rectangle. I don't know what direction the y-axis goes, and I also, even if I knew the direction, I don't know what this refers to, whether it refers to the top or the bottom of the thing. But one of those. Uh, okay, so could I remake that y item? I think so. Let's try saving. Um, oh, I think I closed the page. I don't have it open right now. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I might have to restart this depending on how long it takes me to bring up localhost 3000. No, it's not 3000. Might be 3. No, it's 8080. Localhost 8080. Is it still up and running? It is. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Can I bring this back? Yeah. Okay, so oh, wait, hold on. It's running somewhere else. Where? Okay, so it is still running. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, that all seems to work. And if I click on it, yep, seems to work. Whoops. I think I just misclicked there. Yeah. Yeah, that all seems to work. Going back to the code, I think I did that part correctly. To get the height of the item, we can do height of the item. Hit save. Oh, whoops. I thought I went back to here. Yeah, so we got the height of the item. I just retyped the thing that I'm looking at right here. And we'll go back to the page, refresh, and that all seems to work. So I did it again. Yeah, so I think that's probably fine. Let's go back to the code. Okay, and then we subtract from page height these things. So I'll write that in a comment. Subtract from page height the y of the item and the height of the item. Or say, and the item's height. The item's y value and the item's height. Again, I don't know what the y of the item refers to exactly. All right, so we're going to subtract from the page height the y of the item and the height of the item, and we'll redo that to look like that. And let's go look at the page, refresh. Looks good. Seems to color when I hover over stuff. Alrighty. And if I click outside, yeah. Can I undo that highlighting? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. I was seeing if I could undo this yellow right here for the input, but it doesn't look like it. Oh well. Not a huge deal. All right, let's go back to the code. So that's what that part does. We're taking the page height and we're flipping the y-axis around page height. So we're flipping the y-axis and we're shifting it by page height. And we're finding, again, either the top or the bottom. Whatever y gives, we're going to the other side. So if y gives the bottom, we're going to the top. Oh, actually, I should be able to figure it out based on that. So if we're subtracting the sum of y and the height, then y must be, it must be on, well, I guess it depends on what direction the y-axis goes to begin with. Okay, never mind. So we're either starting at the bottom and going to the top, or we're starting at the top and we're going towards the bottom by adding height. But again, I don't know which direction the y-axis goes. Okay, and then this whole thing is assign y the value of scaling by scale the result of this. Subtracting from page height the item's y value and the item's height. So that's all of this code. Y is scale. We multiply by the scale the result of subtracting from the page height the y of the item and the height of the item. And go like that, and we'll go back to the web page, hit refresh. Oh, I just saw a project that looked like it should make it way easier to refresh the code for this page. Like it'll automatically refresh the code for this page, but it doesn't involve bringing in all of React in order to do that. So that looks cool. It looks like this rewrite worked. I guess we can do the same thing here. Assign X, W the width of the item scaled the height of the item scaled. That all seems good. All right, so let's try that out. W is equal to multiply by the scale the width of the item, and I'll try this one at the same time. H is equal to multiply by the scale the height of the item. Go ahead and save and go back to the web page, refresh. Looks good. Can still associate text, inputs, and labels. That's great. Just to be sure that this is actually doing anything at all, I'm going to try putting height here. So now the bounding box should be, actually I don't even know what is find hovered item. Okay, so if I make it so that the width is actually only as big as the height is, then that should make the bounding box much, much smaller for each of these things. Oh, Actually, I could figure out what direction the axis is going by changing this number and like adding 10 to it and seeing what direction the bounding box gets bigger. Um, what are all these used for? So we do all of that letting. Oh, and then we say if the point is in the rectangle, then we resolve to this value for what? For this thing. Keep indexed. What does keep indexed do? It's a built-in function, or at least I think so because it's colored like that. I don't know what keep indexed does. Uh, okay, so it gives an index and it gives each item in a collection, the collection of items, okay. And then we do something with the index. Oh, we store it in the output. And I'm guessing since this is a when, that will this keep indexed will narrow down to have only, oh, and then we take first of that. Okay, so yeah, so this creates a list of all the things that match this predicate, and then that should only be one thing. Um, so then we take first of that, and then uh, so that gives us the one thing that our mouse is hovering over. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if I change, so going back up here, if I change this to height, the width is now going to be only as wide as it is, whatever the item is, tall. Um, let's save that, go back to the browser, and then refresh. And if I go over here, oh, interesting. Okay, so the input fields still get highlighted. Yeah, and then the text label only gets highlighted when I go to the far left of the thing. Okay, so that's cool. I kind of figured that already, that that's what would happen. Now I'm a little bit curious about this. If I do width here, that should make the height be much, much taller for each of the text boxes. I'm surprised that, so this is only for finding hovered item. This is only finding the hovered item if it's a text box or a text input. So let's go here and hit refresh. So it should highlight. Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's highlighting when my mouse is way below some text. Interesting. I wonder, okay, yeah. And so this text box is really, really wide. So as wide as this is, that's how far down I'm going to have to go before it stops considering the mouse as being over this text box. That's cool. So that means height is going like a bigger number. This value being bigger means that the bounding box goes further down. So that's for point in rectangle, but I guess I still don't know. Actually, yeah, that would have to be the direction that this goes as well. So the height value, a bigger height means it goes further down. That means for here, this would be as y values grow, they go further down the page. Um, so this flips that on its head. So it used to be that they would go up the page. So these would go up. So I think that means that this is the bottom, and then this is going from the bottom to the top. But we flip the whole thing upside down and start off at page height. So that ends up being starting at the top of the text field and then going to the bottom. All right, moving on. Oh, did I not do X? Ha, that's funny. So I've done everything but X. So I guess I could do X now. Assign X the scaled X of items scaled X. Let's go with that. X is going to get the value of multiplying by scale the X value of the item. Okay, go back to the page. At least it recompiles automatically. Alrighty, that all seems to work. And if I click on stuff, I can associate things. All of that's working great. Going back to the code. Shoot, I wish I had a little timer that would tell me how long the video is at this point. Alrighty, let's see. So keep indexed. I did not know what that was, but I think I have a pretty good idea. So I know this whole let thing. Well, no, I've only done recode on these variables, so now I'll do I'll go to the inside here. So this is going to be the type. So this is going to be a map, and the type of the map is text. Okay. So the type key is associated with the keyword text. The keyword index is associated with IDX, the index of the item. And then the item field is associated with whatever item is. Map with keys type index item. The type is text. Okay, we got type is text, index is IDX, and item is item. Going back, refresh, looks good, associate, that works, cool. Back to the code. Okay. And I actually don't like this. Is this? Yeah, I would just use index. There's really no benefit to using IDX. I'm kind of curious where this map is used, if it's really helpful for it to have all of these things. I guess I'll find out as I go through the rest of the code. Alrighty. Check if mouse is in item, and if it is, resolve evaluate to this map. So when point in rect, mouse X, mouse Y, okay. Do that, and then we'll get rid of this and try when point in, yeah, point in rect, mouse X, mouse moose y, and then x, y width height. When that is true, we evaluate to a map that says type text. Wow, I really wish I could easily make that go away. Index, index, item, item. Make the pop-ups go away. Sometimes they're helpful, but I actually find this very bottom thing down here to be more helpful. So like when I typed point in rect, then I hit space, see down at the bottom where it tells me the different arguments, px, py, xy width height. If I move the mouse to show where it is, then it'll go away. But you can see it down at the very, very bottom. And I like it better down there because it doesn't cover up anything else that I'm looking at in the code, which I find super annoying. Let's go like that, and then if I move the mouse, yeah, it goes away immediately. But it's below, it's like right here. So if I do that, will it come back? Yeah, there it is. Anyway, so I feel like I pretty well understand what's going on here. So we're going to bind x, y with height, then re-evaluate to map if mouse in item is if mouse is over the item. Alrighty, let's see how much of this I can remember. I think the main thing that I'm going to have trouble remembering here is this. Should I just copy out all the commentary? Let's try without it. All right, so we're going to let x is equal to the x of the item, and y is subtract from the page height the y of the item and the height of the item, and then width is going to be width of the item. Wait a minute. Why don't I just use keys? Height is going to be height of the item. I think that was all I needed there. When point in rect, mouse x, mouse y, x, y width height. When that's true, then we want to evaluate to a map that has type is text, index is index, and item is item. Did I nail that first try? 0 deaths? Let's find out. Reload. Uh-oh. Nope, I did not nail that first try. 0 deaths. Close, though. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm the mouse, the height, the Y value is too far down the page. The Y value is too far down the page. Okay, I guess I'll go back to the code and I'll think about what did I do differently here. So we have X, Y width height, point in rect, mouse X, mouse Y. I'm going to copy this and then hit undo. Oh, scale. I forgot scale. Okay, that's not that bad. All right, so multiply by scale, that, and do the same thing here. Multiply by scale, all of that. Yeah, scale, scale. Looks like I did that a little too much. Unresolved scale. Oh, whoops. There we go. Alrighty, back to the page. Refresh. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. Cool. Can I still associate things? Yes. Yes, I can. Okay, that seems like a good place to stop. I figured out this lambda pretty much.